Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am doing the end of the year book tag today. I was originally going to do the 10 before the end tag or trend that was going around recently on TikTok and BookTube, but there's only a month and a half left and I don't think I will get to 10 books on top of what my really long TBR for November is, so I'm not going to do that to myself. But I saw that the end of the year book tag has 3 books that you want to read before the end of the year, and I think that is definitely doable. So I will be doing the end of the year book tag. The first question is, are there any books you started this year that you still need to finish? I don't think I have any full novels that I have not finished that I plan on picking up again. I only really have short story collections. I think that means that I was happy that I DNF'd things and I didn't plan on picking them up. Though I will say, I am currently in the middle of Immortal Dark, and I think I might soft DNF that one. I'm not entirely sure yet. That might turn into a hard DNF, but it's just not my vibe right now. It's not what I really want to continue reading. There's more books on my TBR that I'm more interested in reading, so that one, maybe I'll finish by the end of the year, maybe I won't, maybe I'll never finish it. So that's a weird one. But I do have The Ladies of Grace Adieu by Susanna Clarke. That is a short story collection that I am in the middle of. I don't know if I will finish it fully by the end of the year, but I definitely want to read some more stories in it. I don't want to go too fast through this book because she is my favorite author and I want to milk every second of it. So yeah, hopefully I'll read 1 or 2 more before the end of the year. And then another short story collection I am in the middle of is They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us by Hanif Abdurraqib. This one has been very interesting. I don't think I've mentioned this on the channel yet. I am reading this for a specific video that I have no idea when it will come out either, but very interesting so far. It is a lot of short stories in it. It reads very fast, but I haven't picked this up in a while, and I definitely want to read a lot more, if not finish it before the end of the year. I really need to figure out and give myself a deadline for when that video is going to come out, because that will help a lot. This short story collection is from Hanif Abdurraqib, who is a big music lover. It came out in 2018 and it focuses on music and the Black experience in America and is very interesting. He has a great voice and writing style and I'm enjoying it a lot. So excited to get 2 more of this, but I am moving slower than I thought I would through this, but I need to remember that I have it. That's my other issue. I keep forgetting that this is on my current reading list, so I need to get to that. The second question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? This one for me may have already been Slewfoot because that was my most recent 5-star and I thought it was a perfect October read. Very witchy and dark and horror-y, and that was right up my alley, perfect for the end of October, which is when I read it. And so that might have to be my autumnal transition. But I also am very curious to read The Crescent Moon Tea Room, which is a newer book, I believe, and it is definitely on the cozy fantasy side of things, but I don't know if I'll be able to get to it, and I don't know when you would consider transitioning to the end of the year. Would that be this month or December? Not sure what that really means exactly, but I think that might be my pick if I do decide to read one more cozy fantasy before the end of the year. Third question is there a new release you're still waiting for? And yes, there is. Thank you for asking. The new release that I have been dying to read is Private Rights by Julia Armfield. This already got released internationally, I think a while ago, and I'm mad that it has different publishing dates. So I have to wait till December 3rd in America to get access to it. So I have been dying. I loved Our Wives Under the Sea, and I've heard great things about Private Rights. And so I have been waiting for this book to come out, and it will come out soon. So Whether I read it this year or not, I don't know if that will be doable, but definitely excited for that one. Question number 4. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? The first one will definitely be Sword of Kaigen by M.L. Wong. I have definitely been putting this one off. And I think it's because I don't have a physical copy to remind me, like, around my room every time I stare at my TBR stacks, because I only have the Kindle Unlimited version because it's Kindle Unlimited and I get it for free, whatever. I know I pay technically for it, but girl math, it's free. I have had that on my Kindle list for a very long time, or in my Kindle library, and so I really need to get to it. And I did order a very special edition from a Kickstarter campaign, which I have no idea when that will get here, but that will end up being my physical copy. But I have no excuse because I do have an ebook version. So I will get to that this year, I promise. I've either wanted to read Sword of Kaigen or Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong, and I think I'll start with Sword of Kaigen because that is her first book. So hold me to it, please. The second book I definitely want to get to by the end of the year is In the Miso Soup by Ryu Murakami. I've talked about this book so many times, and I've talked about how excited I am for this, and I almost brought it on my trip, but I didn't, and I'm mad I didn't because I might have read it. Actually, I don't know. I brought too many books on my trip, so maybe not have gotten to it. But this one is short, you know? It's like a small book, and it's under 200 pages, so I should be able to get to this in December for sure. And I just wasn't able to pick it on my TBR prompt cards for November, so that was a little disappointing, but I am very excited for this one. I've talked about it so much that I'm not going to give you the back. You can watch one of my other videos for that. Sorry, not sorry. And then the last book that I want to get to before the end of the year is The Glutton by A.K. Blakemore. This is her second full novel, and I have been wanting to pick this up. I don't know why I haven't. It's kind of been a mess of the second half of the year with like what I've chosen to read. So I definitely want to get to this. I've been eyeing this for such a long time, and I loved her Manning Tree Witches book, and very curious to read this one. You know, it's another period piece that I love. It's about a man in actual history that was known to eat the weirdest things or anything that anyone gave him, and so it's about his more fictional life, I would assume, because this is still fiction, just based on a real person. And so that's a very intriguing concept for me. And I know this will be dark and weird, so I'm very excited for it. And the cover is beautiful, which I've talked about before as well. So I need to get to this one by the end of the year. The fifth question is there a book that you think could shock you and become your favorite by the end of the year? And I think yes. I was trying to go back and think of what my current favorite of the year is, and I don't really know. I don't really have one at the moment. So this will be interesting to think about for end of year content, you know, recaps of the year. So I definitely think Sword of Kaigen, hopefully I get to it, could be one of my favorites of the year. Also The Glutton or In the Miso Soup. I don't know if anything I'm reading at the moment or on my TBR for November would be, I am really enjoying There. I started that one already, and that one is very, very good so far, so we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. My mind is open still. I haven't like nailed down my favorite of the year yet, so definitely possible. Last question is, have you already started making reading plans for 2025? I have and I haven't. I definitely have my list of priority books that I want to read in the beginning of the year, which changes regularly, obviously. But I do have some like videos I have planned, or I've like come up with ideas for a while that I definitely will read that have me reading specific books for those videos. So definitely a few things. Yeah, I don't really plan too much in advance, just depending on how I'm feeling in the moment or what's going on at that time. Though I will say I do really want to finish up a lot of the duologies that I started this year. because there's a few of them in their duologies, so I should be able to get through the second books quicker, and I want to like be able to wrap those up nicely. So I do want to target that, like the He Who Drowned the World as the sequel to She Who Became the Sun, Parable of the Talents, and I think there's a few others. Oh, there's Goldfinch, which is the last book, the 6th book in the Plated Prisoner series, which I already own and I should get to, but I don't know if that'll happen by the end of the year, though that would be really nice. Yeah, there's a lot of series that I could easily like finish and nicely tie a bow and add to my series tracker as complete and cross them out. So that would be really satisfying. So definitely plan to read those next year. And that wraps up my end of the year tag. I know this was a short and sweet one, but I hope you enjoyed, and let me know what you're looking forward to reading by the end of the year as well. I'd love to talk about that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.